Imagine standing in front of a man who could lift more weight than most people would never even dare to touch. A man whose strength amazed thousands of spectators. A man who reportedly lifted around 535 pounds with just one finger and became famous for a backlift of approximately 4,337 pounds during a public exhibition. This isn't the story of a comic book superhero. This is the story of Louis Cyr, a Canadian strongman whom many historians and strength enthusiasts consider one of the strongest men to have ever lived. But was he really the strongest human in history? How did an ordinary farm boy become a worldwide legend before modern gyms, protein supplements, or professional powerlifting competitions even existed? And why do people still remember him more than a century after his death? Stay until the end, because this incredible journey is filled with hard work, determination, record-breaking strength, and a legacy that continues to inspire millions around the world. Louis Cyr was born on October 10, 1863, in Quebec, Canada. His family lived a simple life. Like many families of that time, they worked hard every single day. There were no machines to make life easier. Everything depended on physical labor. As a young boy, Louis spent much of his time helping his family. He carried heavy buckets of water. He lifted bags of grain. He chopped wood. He worked in the fields. Most children became tired after a short time. Louis didn't. His family quickly noticed something unusual. He was naturally much stronger than other children. As he grew older, the difference became even more obvious. People in the village began talking about the incredibly strong young boy. Although nobody imagined it then, those early years were laying the foundation for one of history's greatest strongmen. When Louis became a teenager, his family moved to the United States for work. Life remained difficult. He worked in factories. He worked in lumber camps. He performed jobs that demanded enormous physical effort every day. Unlike modern athletes, Louis didn't train in a fitness center. His workplace was his gym. Every heavy log he carried strengthened his back. Every barrel he lifted made his arms stronger. Every long working day increased his endurance. His body slowly transformed into something extraordinary. Friends challenged him to lifting contests. He almost always won. People were shocked by what he could do. Soon, local newspapers began hearing stories about this unbelievably strong young man. Louis realized that his strength could become a career. He entered strongman competitions. In the late 1800s, these performances attracted huge audiences. Thousands of people gathered in theaters, exhibition halls, and fairs. Strongmen competed by lifting impossible-looking weights, bending iron bars, pulling wagons, and performing spectacular demonstrations. Louis quickly became the star attraction. His confidence, massive physique, and calm personality impressed everyone. Whenever he stepped onto the stage, people wondered, "What impossible feat will he perform today?" Again and again, Louis exceeded expectations. Crowds erupted into applause. His reputation spread across North America. Soon, he was considered the strongest performer of his generation. Louis Cyr performed many astonishing strength demonstrations. One of his most famous achievements was lifting approximately 535 pounds with one finger. Even today, that sounds almost unbelievable. Another legendary feat was his famous backlift of around 4,337 pounds. For this demonstration, a specially designed platform rested across his back while an enormous load was supported. The feat became one of the most famous strength exhibitions ever performed. He also pulled heavily loaded wagons filled with passengers. On other occasions, he lifted massive stones, barrels, and equipment that ordinary workers struggled even to move. People traveled long distances simply to witness these incredible performances. Newspapers described him as a giant among men. Although many of these feats happened before modern sports organizations standardized record-keeping, historians generally agree that Louis possessed extraordinary real-world strength. His legend continued growing with every performance.